This is the BILT World Elite Mastercard, and as the title says, in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly why this is the very best no annual fee credit card on the market today. I'm going to walk you through how you can get points for paying rent, some benefits of the card, who I think the card is for, and stay tuned until the very end because I'm going to share a tip with you on how you could earn thousands of extra points by the end of the year just by paying rent with this card. Now let's get into it. My name is Nick, and I help people maximize their credit card rewards and points so they can travel cheap and travel often. And I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and it's really given me the opportunity to experience the world on some of the best business class flights, some of the nicest hotels, and I would have never been able to have this opportunity unless I was maximizing credit card points of my own. And for the past 2.5 years, it just so happens that the BILT credit card has been one of my favorite go-to credit cards to earn points and use for transfer partners in order to book some of these great business class flights. Back in June 2021, BILT launched the BILT World Elite Mastercard. And ever since then, they have absolutely changed the game for no annual fee credit cards by allowing you and me to pay rent and earn points on that rent every single month. Before BILT came onto the scene in 2021, you could pay rent with any old credit card, but you would always get charged a 2 to sometimes 5% transaction fee, and that would absolutely negate any of the points earned for paying rent with that credit card, making it just not a good idea to do. Now, let's dive into some of the key features of the BILT Rewards credit card. The absolute number one feature of this credit card that everybody is talking about is the fact that it lets you pay rent with it, doesn't charge you any transaction fees, and earns you points for doing so. If you pay rent in an online portal, BILT gives you an account number and a routing number that you can input into that online portal and pay your rent through the portal. If your landlord only takes rent checks, just like mine does, then you simply put in your landlord's address and BILT will ship them a rent check via USPS first class mail. And all of this can be done from paying rent to turning on BILT Protect to using your points to book flights in the very streamlined BILT Rewards app. So Nick, how can you earn points other than on rent? Well, you see, BILT has you covered there as well. Aside from rent, the other multipliers that you get are 5x back on Lyft rides, 3x back on dining, which is the main thing that I use this for. I use it for going out to drinks with friends or grabbing dinner. And then you'll get 2x back on travel and 1x back on everything else. Well, Nick, what's the catch here? I mean, you're telling me that this is a no annual fee credit card and that I can pay rent and earn points? There's got to be something going on. Well, the only thing to keep in mind is that you do need to make 5 non-rent purchases every billing cycle in order to retain all the points that you've earned throughout the past month. Also, another really cool thing that BILT does is the rent day multipliers. So on the first of every month, they will do multipliers for each category, meaning that you can earn 10x back on Lyft and 6x on dining, 4x on travel, and 2x on everything else as long as it's spent on that first day of the month. All right, so we've talked about some of the ways that you can earn points, but now let's touch on the actual benefits this card has to offer. Honestly, the main benefit for this card, other than earning points on rent, is going to be the transfer partners. I'll show them right here that you can use to transfer your BILT rewards points in order to book flights or hotels and usually earn a great value doing so. I utilize these transfer partners all the time, specifically the Virgin Atlantic transfer partner, because they allow you to book Delta flights domestically in the US. And because I live in California and my family lives on the East Coast, I fly back and forth a lot, and I will book Delta flights quite frequently using Virgin Atlantic points that I've transferred from BILT. Now, while we're on the topic of transfer partners, you know how I mentioned that BILT does rent day once a month at the very beginning of the month? Well, they will also do transfer bonuses. And a couple months ago, they did a 150% transfer bonus to Virgin Atlantic. So depending on your status with BILT, mine was gold, so I only got 125%, but still a great deal. I could transfer 50,000 points from BILT and get $112,500 for Virgin Atlantic. But getting into transfer partners and how to transfer points and when to transfer them and how to find good deals is a whole nother video in and of itself. And my next video is actually going to be on how to find Virgin Atlantic award space and how to book those flights using credit cards like the BILT card. So make sure you subscribe below if you want to see some content like that. Aside from transfer partners, the BILT card offers a lot of insurance coverages that most no annual fee cards do not offer. For instance, it has trip cancellation insurance, which has you covered on non-refundable expenses up to $5,000 per claim. I actually just had to use this about 2 weeks ago. I injured my leg and was not able to go on a ski trip out in Denver. So I had to cancel a non-refundable Airbnb. And I went through all of the right protocol on Airbnb trying to cancel it. They said no. So then I went to BILT and filed a claim with them and was able to recoup all of that money. On top of that, they have trip delay insurance, which has you covered if your trip has been delayed for more than 6 hours. It also covers rental cars, and the coverage covers most rental cars for things like damage or theft, as long as you have paid for the rental car with the BILT card. One thing I always make sure to use is the cell phone insurance. Now this has you covered up to $800 for 2 separate claims each year and only has a $25 deductible. Not really bad for a no annual fee card if you ask me, and this is covering things like damage or theft. Now, if you had an item that you paid for with the BILT card within the last 90 days and it was either damaged or stolen, you're in luck. They have insane purchase protection, which has you covered up to $10,000 per claim. That's crazy for a no annual fee card. So, the reason you're watching this video, who is this card for? Well, it's honestly for anybody that pays rent. The fact that this is a no annual fee credit card that allows you to pay rent and earn points doing so is a no-brainer. It also has very solid multipliers with 3x back on dining and 2x back on travel, and the transfer bonuses that BILT has been thrown around over the past few months have been insane. Reason enough to get the card. All those added insurances just help give you peace of mind at the end of the day, and having that with a no annual fee credit card just makes it that much better. Now I will say the only downside to this card is the fact that there is no sign-on bonus. But that being said, no annual fee credit cards rarely have good sign-on bonuses anyways, so this is negligible. And the amount of points that you can earn each year for just paying rent easily makes up for not having a sign-on bonus in the first place. All right, so you stayed till the very end of this video, and as promised, here is a little tip on how you can earn a couple extra 1,000 points every year while you're paying rent with this card. So say you live with 2 other roommates and your total rent is $3,000, each of you paying $1,000, and you have the BILT card. Well, you could have your roommates pay you in either cash, Venmo, Zelle, and then you could just pay the rent with your BILT card and earn the points that they would have earned on their portions of the rent. So instead of only earning 1,000 points per month, you're actually earning 3,000 points per month on rent. Pretty good deal. The only thing you need to keep in mind though there is that you do need to trust that your roommates will pay you, and you should always get the money before paying the rent on your card, just in case you have a little fallout with your roommates. All right, so before we go, just a recap on the key points of the BILT Rewards card and why it's the best no annual fee credit card on the market today. First of all, it allows you to pay rent with it and earn points. No other card does that. No transaction fees, no brainer. Easy choice here. It allows you to get 3x back on dining. Pretty average for some cards, but for me, if I have to make those 5 non-rent purchases every month, it's going to be on dining. And then all the insurance that you get with it, the trip delay, the trip cancellation, the car rental, the phone insurance, and the purchase protection, again, just adding fuel to the fire here on why this is such a great card. And at the end of the day, it makes it an easy decision to just go ahead and get this card. Thanks again for watching. And if you enjoyed this content and this review of the BILT World Elite Mastercard, then go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out some more content in the near future to help you maximize your points so you can travel cheap and travel often. Thanks.